Let's jump right in. Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're taking a fundamental React concept and, well, we're stripping it right down to its absolute basics. We're going to look at React props as if we were 5 years old. Because, honestly, it turns out that understanding how data moves around in your code, it's a whole lot like the universal joy of giving and receiving presents. Are you ready for a fun story about giving presents? Let's do this.
So, do you love getting surprise presents? I mean, who doesn't, right? There is literally nothing quite like seeing a beautifully wrapped box and just wondering what amazing toy is hidden inside. Okay, let's dive into this because in the magical world of building things on the computer with React, components love getting presents just as much as we do.
Right. So inside our React application, we have this thing called props. And look, props is really just a fancy shortened word for properties. But for our analogy today, you can literally just think of props as a magical gift box. Inside our computer family, we have a parent who absolutely loves to pack up wonderful data toys, things like names, pictures, or numbers, into these little gift boxes to give to the child. It's exactly how they share information and make that child component come alive and do its job.
And this brilliantly illustrates how the whole thing works. It's kind of like a perfect game of catch. The parent component acts as the sender, carefully wrapping up the magic code gift and tossing it out on one side. Standing right by is the happy child component on the other side, just waiting with open arms to catch that exact same prop. The parent sends it on over and the child catches it. Boom.
But hold on, the parent doesn't just toss some blank, mysterious box over the fence. They're way more organized than that. They have to carefully put the data inside the box and then, and this is absolutely crucial, they have to put a special label on it. They write a very important name tag on the outside so everything stays organized and the child knows exactly who it's for.
Because think about it, imagine a huge pile of presents at a crazy birthday party. If you're the child component, how in the world do you know which present is yours if you haven't even opened the box yet? Any guesses? Well, it's all about reading those super important little tags.
So the crucial point is what we call the golden naming rule. The name the parent writes on the tag must be the exact same name the child is looking for, or the magic just won't work. If the parent writes "my awesome toy" on the tag, the child literally has to be looking for a tag that says exactly "my awesome toy." If even one letter is different, the connection fails and no present for the child. No way. It's basically a fun matching game. If the parent sends a gift box and writes info on it, then the child must hold up a sign that also says info to receive it. If they try to look for the word data instead, the computer is going to get so confused. But if the parent sends a gift labeled data and the child looks for data, bam, it's a match. They get the data.
Okay, so now you finally have your present. But how do you actually open it? Are you the kind of person who likes opening presents very, very slowly? Carefully untying every single knot and saving the paper? Or do you like tearing the paper off super fast to get right to the toy inside? Well, in React, we have a slow way to open the box called using the entire props object and a super fast, totally cool way called Destructuring where we just rip the paper off and grab the toy directly.
Let's move to and see how this builds in the actual magic spells, the code. The slow way, without destructuring, means the child gets the whole box, labeled props, and slowly opens it by writing props.data. But with the fast way, destructuring, the child uses curly brackets, just like tearing off the paper, to grab data instantly. It's much faster, and honestly, it's the preferred, cleaner way to do things in your components.
Now sometimes, before we really start playing with the data, we want to peek inside the box to make sure it's exactly what we expect. And we actually have a magic magnifying glass for that. It's called console.log. By using console.log on the data inside the child component, it lets us peek right inside the box to inspect the wonderful data toy the parent gave us. It's for sure the best way to double-check your gifts.
All right, so to keep this whole party working smoothly, React has a few strict but very good rules. Golden rule number 1, gifts only go one way. In React land, presents always fall down from the parent to the child. The child component never sends a prop back up to the parent. Gravity only works downwards here, folks. Parent down to child every single time.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is our second golden rule. Props are read-only. Basically, this means when the child gets the gift, they can play with it, they can use it, they can show it on the big screen, but they cannot magically change the toy into something else. You can't paint the toy a different color or break it. You absolutely must keep the gift exactly how the parent gave it to you.
So,
let's quickly recap the 3 magical rules of React gift boxes that we've learned today. You guys have been such smart little learners. Rule number 1, gifts only flow one way, from parent down to child. Rule number 2, you cannot change the gift because it is strictly read-only. And rule number 3, those gift labels, your prop names, they must match exactly.
And honestly, that's the whole shebang. That is how React props work in a nutshell. It's really just this beautiful system of passing carefully labeled gifts of data down to child components so they can build amazing things together on your screen. So what does this all mean for you? Well, the next time you sit down to write some code, what fun, magical data are you going to pack into your very own React gift boxes? Keep exploring, keep building, and definitely keep sharing those presents.